So we're gonna place that ball behind the tailbone, or if you don't have that ball, again, don't worry about it. So we're just going to take our hands behind our legs, lean back into that ball, draw the belly in, or again, if you don't have the ball, don't worry, and then open up. So think about like you're doing a cat-cow type position with your spine. We're gonna open up those shoulder blades, round the spine, and then squeeze the shoulder blades together and arc the spine. While you're here, try to focus on your breath. Exhaling, rounding through the spine. Inhaling, opening up through the chest. Good, just keep breathing nice and deep as you round and arc. All right, so we're gonna keep going like this, and we're gonna take an added challenge, but if you need to, you can just stay in this position. So either stay here or extend your right leg as you go into that rounding and arcing. It's a little bit more challenging if you have your leg extended. Adding a little bit element of balance. All right, so now we're gonna stay here or take those hands away from the legs and feel how that makes a little bit more challenge.
Kari, can I do this lying flat or?
Actually, you could just come into a cat-cow doing this and then extend your leg.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So if it bothers you to be on your tailbone, you can do just your normal cat-cow. Good, another 5, 4, 3, focus on squeezing those shoulders, 2, and now we're going to switch sides. So start off with hands onto the legs, or you can have both feet down onto the ground, and going in to that round and arc. And if you are in that tabletop position, just extend the opposite leg. And whenever you're ready, see if you can take those hands away. Focus on squeezing those shoulder blades behind you, especially when you open up that chest. Good, keep going, 8 more. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Now both legs up. If you're on that tabletop position, you can just put both knees down, and we're going into that same type of position through the spine, round and arc. Now for that extra challenge, see if you can take those hands away from your legs. Good. Another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're gonna take this ball, if you have it, place it in between your thighs. If you don't have a ball, you could put a block right here. Come all the way down onto your back. Bring your hips up nice and high. Squeeze up, stay here. Little pulses in. Plug through your heel. Keep staying up nice and high. Push those heels to the ground. Extend those knees to the other end of the room. Keep pulsing. Another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower all the way down. Bring yourself all the way into that seated position. This time your palms are gonna go in line with your shoulders. Fingers either point forward or out to the sides a little bit. And we're gonna lift and lower through the hips. Modification is you could come back onto your back. If there's any issues with the shoulders or anything like that, just squeeze up and down, push into those heels. Good. All right, another 8, 7, 6, 5, good. 4, 3, 2, and I want you to try to keep those hips up. Little bend in the elbows and straighten. Or don't even straighten all the way if possible. Just little tricep push-ups here. Good. Keep going, another 10. Try to keep those hips up. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're gonna lower all the way back down onto our back. The knees stay bent. Bring those heels as close as you can in toward your seat and extending just your right leg. Push into that ball. The modification here, if you don't want to extend the entire leg, just lift up that right heel. Pulse into that ball. Keep pushing into your left heel. Good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to lower and lift through the hips. Up and down. 10, 9, 8. Keep pushing into that left heel. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. And slowly lower those hips all the way down. If you have the ball, you can take it out of the way and just hug your right leg in. Hug it in. And then bend your knee so that you can bring yourself all the way up. Try to keep that right leg up. If you have a ball, you could place it behind your tailbone. Extend those arms out long. Here's where also, if you wanted to, you could take a strap or a ring. Now twist over, bent knee side to the left and center. Twist to the left and center. If the leg is too much for you, you could put the foot down and just twist to the left. Good, keep going. Good, another 5. Try to exhale when you twist. 4, 3, 2, and next time that you're over here twisting, stay here, just the right arm. Opens and closes. Left arm stays out to the side. Right arm all the way open and closed. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both knees back into the chest. If you have that ball, place it back into the thighs. And we're gonna come all the way back down. Flat onto your back. Lift up the hips, this time extending left leg, or you could just lift up that left heel. Pulse into your ball. Pulse that ball, keep pushing into that right heel. and pulse. Squeeze the core. Keep breathing. Good, keep going, another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower all the way down. We're gonna bring ourselves up. Try to keep this leg extended if you can. Arms straight out. Inhale, reach toward the foot. Exhale, twist to the right and center. Just gonna turn so I can see you guys. Inhale up. Exhale, twist to the bent knee side. Try to keep your spine straight. And exhale on the twist. Inhale on the center. Good, keep going. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, one more. And then stay over here to the right. Now we're just taking the left arm, open and close. Right arm stays over there. Open and close. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, I know your legs probably getting heavy, 2, and 1. Woo. Quick drink of water if you want one. And we're gonna flip around onto our stomachs. All right, first plank of the day. Remember, it's plank season, plank month. All right, so find that plank position. Stay here. We're gonna take one leg out, tap to the side, plank, other leg out, tap to the side, plank. If you need to, modification, you could be on your knees and just alternate one knee and other knee, or for more of that challenge, get those knees lifted. And I keep going. Whew. All right, we've got 20 more seconds. And another 10. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Quick stretch, stretch it back into that child's pose. Extend those arms forward. Place your forehead onto the mat. And when you're ready, come into tabletop position. We're gonna bring that chest and tailbone up. Stay here just a moment, stretch out your abdominal muscles. And look behind you one way and the other way. We have that arched spine right now. So we're staying in that cow position. Arcing through the spine, opening up through that chest. And just do that sway side to side. Good, another 5, 4, 3, 2, one more. And then come to neutral, round into your cat and sway it around. Just move around in that rounded spine. However fast or slow you want to go, just choose your speed. And as you feel guided, you can go bigger, smaller, Make it feel good for you. Keep drawing that belly in. And whenever you're ready, just reverse that sway. Good, another 3, 2, and 1. Come to center, curl your toes, keep that spine rounded, and take it into your downward facing dog. Start walking your dog. Shift the weight side to side, bend your knees, tuck that chin into the chest. Try to focus on keeping your back straight. And this is why I like to walk the dog before we do the just standing in the down dog, because it's more about your back than it is your hamstrings. But the hamstring stretch feels good too. So try to focus on keeping that back straight, shoulders open, fingers wide. And just at your own comfort, you can slow down your down dog. Start putting a little bit more weight and time onto one side and the other side. And now we're gonna bend both knees down. See if you can hover off the ground and not actually touch, and then go back into your down dog. If you want, you can find tabletop and totally touch your knees down, but it's gonna be a little bit more of a challenge if you don't touch your knees down. Good. Another 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, we're gonna start adding a step into it. So come into that down dog, step your right foot up to the outside part of your hand, and that knee is just gonna hover down off the ground again, and down dog. We're gonna stay with that right side. Stay with the right side. Find your groove, find your position. You might wanna adjust slightly, and try to keep stepping your foot out even farther. Every time, go a little bit more, if possible, or find your distance. Whew. And pause just for a second every time that you step your foot up. Good, keep going. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and keep this foot up here. Keep that right foot up, little lift and lowers with this back knee. Little lift and lowers. If you want a challenge here, take your hands off of the ground and just your right elbow rests on to your right knee, palms come to the heart center, or you can have your hands down. So that challenge is we're resting just the right elbow on the right knee. And this is gonna help us keep our spine up instead of leaning forward. Good, keep going. 20 more seconds. Good. Another 10. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep this right foot where it is. Try to step a little bit closer and take a stretch through your front leg. And I want both feet flat onto the ground. Stay here and just hug into this front leg. Breathe into it and try to just shift your torso down to this front leg. Make sure your back heel is flat and your toes are pointed forward. Stay here and breathe. Hopefully your heart rate is up a little bit. This is why I love Yogalates, because it really allows you to stretch, strengthen, a little bit of cardio. Keep going. Another 5 seconds. 2, 1. All right, we're gonna stay with your right foot forward. Take your stance back a little bit more than before. Now we're going to come with our hand onto the leg. So before it was the forearm, now I want your hands onto your leg, front leg. Or if you want a challenge, if you think that you can keep your spine straight, take those arms out in front of you and grab your block. And we're just gonna focus on dipping this back knee down right when it's about to touch the ground. Bring it up. Dip down and up. Focus on your form. Take time here to get this form right with your front knee over your ankle. And then keep your spine nice and straight, shoulders low. This back heel is lifted. Keep drawing that belly in, keep pushing into your front foot. Good, 10 more seconds. 6. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both hands under the ground, under your shoulders, and we're gonna step back into plank. We're gonna come into a plank position. You could be onto your forearms or just onto your hands. We're gonna hold 30 seconds. I want you to squeeze your core, squeeze the quads, squeeze your glutes, squeeze everything. Keep breathing. 15 more seconds. Good, almost there. Another 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower those knees down. Find that tabletop position. Hands nice and wide, in line with your shoulders. Curl those toes. Try to hover those knees and press back into that down dog. Find your adjustment here. Just get your nice alignment so that you can easily transition from table to down dog. And maybe you could do 1 hovered knees and then 1 knees touching if it's too much to just stay hovering every time you come down. Or maybe you just count how many you can do and then try to slowly let that number get larger with the knees hovering. So just do whatever's comfortable for you, whatever feels good. Make it your practice. Keep going. 15 more seconds. Just hovering or table and down dog. All right, in about 8 seconds, we'll add the leg forward, but this time the left side. All right, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and now we're stepping left foot forward. Let that knee get low. Take back into down dog. Left foot forward. That right knee gets low. And down dog. Every time that you step up, see if you can step up a little bit higher. And keeping mindful that belly is going to stay in the whole time. Good, 20 more seconds. Last 10. 6. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and now we're going to keep this left foot up here. Your hands could stay onto the ground as you do those little dips with the right knee, or you have that option to use the forearm to balance and bring your spine up a little bit straighter, which is a little bit more challenging. Whew. All right, we've got 30 seconds. Good. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and now we're going to straighten out this front leg. Adjust your stance so you can put both feet flat onto the ground. And we're just going to hug in to this long leg on the left side. Breathe into it. And I know your back might want to try to round like this, but see if you can open up the chest, bring the chest forward and fold into it. Just breathe here. Deep breaths. Make sure this back foot is flat onto the ground, pointed forward, not to the side, forward, and you should feel a stretch in the Achilles heel into the calf, but your main stretch is on this front leg. Keep breathing. Good, 5 more seconds. Right now, if you have that block or ball, grab that prop. We're gonna adjust our stance a little bit wider. So you could also just keep your hand on your leg here. We're going back into these dips. For that challenge, we're gonna try to keep our hands off of our leg, but keeping our spine straight and your shoulders relaxed, but squeezing back. Keep drawing that belly inward. Take a minute to adjust that stance as you need to. And push into this front foot, that front heel. All of the weight should be mostly onto that front heel. Squeeze the glute on the left side. Going down and up, 20 more seconds. Almost try to touch this back knee down if you can, and then just little pulses up. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and time. Hands back under your shoulders. We're coming back into plank. Find that plank line. You can be onto the wrists, or I'm actually going to come onto my forearms. So whatever's comfortable for you. And we're gonna go hip dip. Dip one side, plank, dip the other side, plank. Just this low body. Shifts one side and the other side. Shoulders stay put. 30 seconds. Shift one side, plank, other side. Good, we're 10 seconds in. 20 more seconds. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Quick stretch. If you want to grab a drink, go ahead and grab your drink. We're gonna come standing. Top of your mat. I'm gonna switch to my standing mat. Inhale, reach up. Open up through the chest. Big deep breath here. Exhale. Bow down. Step just your right foot back, all the way back, like a runner's lunge. Forward, just your left foot back. Forward. Alternate, right, left, right, left. If you want more of a challenge, arms come out in front of you. Left. So you don't need to have your hands onto the ground if you don't want. More balancing. If you are doing that, try to look forward no matter what. Keep going, 20 more seconds. $15. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, we're gonna end both feet forward. Tuck in that tailbone. Palms to heart center. We're gonna sit in our chair. Feet about a fist distance apart. Squeeze your knees, your ankles. Sit low in that chair. See if you can bring those arms up and sit low. Breathe. Keep sitting nice and low. Good. Another 5. 4 breaths. 3, and then we're gonna add a twist. 2, one more. On the exhalation, palms come to your heart center. Right elbow goes to the left side. See if you can use the elbow onto the leg to press to help you. Good, keep breathing. Another 3, 2. And on the exhalation, twist back to center. Bring those palms back up. Sit low into that chair. See how low you can go. Tuck that tailbone in. Sit that seat down. Keep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2. On the exhalation, bring those palms to the heart center. Now we're going other way. If you're with me, we've got left elbow, right side. And press those palms together so you can open up through the chest. But keep sitting low in that seat. Try to keep that tailbone tucked in. Spine long whenever you twist. Keep breathing. 3, 2. And on the exhalation, gently unwind. Inhale, reach up. Reset the feet in line with the hips or slightly wider. Inhale, reach all the way back. Exhale, we're just gonna fold down, hands on to the legs, anywhere above or below the knees. Exhale down, inhale back up. Reach it up. Exhale down. If you have any issues with your heart, it's not good to go up and down really quickly. It can make you dizzy. If you feel like that, then don't go as low. Just place it onto your thighs and decrease your range of movement. But if it feels good for you, go as low as you want to go. And we're going to just let the spine arc when we come up. Try to keep your flat back until you come all the way down, and then you can round it down. So we do want a flat back in transition, but let it just round and arc when you're all the way down and all the way up. And just move at that of your own pace. Just whatever feels good for you. We're gonna start adding a twist into this, or you can keep doing this. If this feels great, keep doing it. So the next time that you come down, if you want, twist it over to one side and use the opposite hand on leg to press to bring you into that stretch. And then inhale it back up. Exhale, we're going the other way. Use that opposite hand on leg to help. So there's just an added element of twist, but also you're still getting that similar breath and stretch. A lot of times for me, this cracks little spaces in my bones that I couldn't get to before. All right, we're gonna take a few more rounds, and then we're just gonna stay folded forward. We're gonna take 5 breaths center, 5 breaths twisting one way, 5 breaths twisting the other way, or just you can take 15 the whole way. So the next time that you're folded down, stay here and just hug in to your legs. Let your head drop unless you have the heart issue, and then you can stay hinged up. So if it's comfortable, hug onto your legs as much as you want. And now if you're feeling good, you can stay where you're at, or if you want to add that added element of twist, come over. I'm going to go right. You can go whatever side you want. And you can either just hold on to that side of your leg, or you could bring your opposite arm up. So it would be same arm up to leg that you're twisting. If you want on your right side, it's your right arm. We've got 5 more breaths here. Then we'll go the other way. And when you're ready, slowly bring it down if you are twisting. And then we're going other side. So I'm going to my left side. Just make sure you do your opposite side if you're twisting. You can stay hugging in, or you can come and open up that arm. Good. 2 more deep breaths. And on the exhalation, slowly bring it down. Tiptoe your hands out to the top of the mat. Tiptoe your feet out to a down dog position. So just come into a down dog, however positioned you are onto your mat. And we're just gonna stay here, breathe, really get deep into the heels, into the Achilles heels. We're gonna start moving from down dog to up dog. So you might wanna have your stance a little bit wider than you would have a normal down dog. When you're ready, we're gonna push from down dog to either up dog or cobra. Whatever feels good for you. Or you could go down dog to plank. Some people don't like the cobra or the up dog. So just try to find some movement here. And it is the plank season, so if you want to, you can move from down dog to plank or that up dog. And take your time transitioning through it. Definitely not about speed unless that feels good for you. Try to feel through the muscles, through the bones, through the joints. Good. And I want you to really focus on opening up through the chest when you come into that up dog or cobra position. About 5 more rounds. Do whatever your breath naturally wants to do. Or you could just come in the traditional breathing into the belly when you arc the spine in that cobra or up dog and exhaling into the back. Good, 1 more. And then next time that you're in your up dog, stay here just a moment, hug your elbows in, and we're gonna look behind one way and the other way. One way and the other way. And relax your feet. Good, another 3, 2, and 1. Take it into your child's pose. Now this time, we're gonna take our hands behind us. If you need to, you can use a strap. If it's a hard time to catch your fingers, and we're gonna start bringing the arms up or interlace your fingers. And start with your forehead pressed onto the mat. See if you can open up your knees a little bit. Keep breathing. We have 2 more breaths here, and then we're gonna look to the right and breathe, and then we're gonna look to the left and breathe. So on the next exhalation, look over to the right. If it's possible for you to put your head onto the mat, do that, or you might want to use a block or some type of prop to help you. And we're gonna try to shift our arms to the left. So we're getting a nice shoulder stretch here. Keep breathing. Try to look all the way to the ceiling. On the exhalation, we're going to slowly unwind and look the other way. Look to the left, and then try to gently pull those arms to the right. And on your exhalation, bring it back to center. Slowly bring them down. Stretch your arms out in front of you. We're staying in this child's pose. I'm just moving around so you guys can see the angles better. But your shoulders and your elbows are going to be off of the mat, and your pinky side fingers are going to be onto the mat. And try to press your forehead onto the mat, or you could use a block or some kind of surface if it's hard for you to reach your forehead to the mat. Let your knees keep opening up. Stretch those arms all the way out. Breathe. And on your exhalation, slowly walk those hands back under your shoulders. Bring your knees in just a little bit so they're in line with your ankles. Cross your legs behind you and then shift your weight back. Bring those legs forward. Find your ball or your ring. Just a little bit more core and then we'll come into our Savasana. So lower all the way flat onto your back, palms face down, and then tuck your thumbs under your seat. If you have a ball or a block, put it in between your ankles or just try to keep your feet in line with your hips. And then just lower down and up through the legs. Down and up. We're gonna try to go slow, really slow. Really just focus on that low back, pressing into the mat. And then feel when your low back is wanting to lift up. And whenever your low back wants to lift up, then stop there and bring it back up. And also it could help to bend your knees so that you can think really hard about that low back not wanting to lift up. And maybe you want a little bit more of a challenge while still going slow. If you want to, bring that chin into your chest and just go nice and slow. Keep breathing, don't worry about the count. We're just working on slowing our pace down, really slow. Good, and the next time that your legs are low, in that position where your low back is still pressing onto the mat, just hold here. Hold here, make sure that low back is onto the mat. Remember, if you need to, bend your knees, stay here and hold and breathe. Good, if you have a ball, start pulsing it or a block for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let those legs lower all the way down. If you have a prop, just move it out of the way. And then coming back onto the middle of your mat. Those legs are just going to relax with your feet falling to the side. Keep those legs down, and then we're going to bring up just the upper body, just the shoulders up off the mat. We already did the low part, just the upper body. Hold, squeeze, just those shoulders up as far as you can off the mat. Those legs are already heavy. They're helping you get grounded, but the shoulders are going to get up really high off the mat. Hold, stay here. How high can you get those shoulders up? Keep pressing that low back onto the mat. Hold, and then push the air up. Push the air up. Up, palms face up, push. Keep going. As you push up, see if you can get those shoulders up even more. Another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up as high as you can. Hold it there. Squeeze. 10, 9, 8, 7. Let those legs get heavy. Get those shoulders up even higher. 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax it down into Savasana. Now take a big deep breath through the nose. Exhale, make a sigh out of your mouth. And just sink into that ground. Your whole abs should be fired up here, but you just want to release it into the earth. And let all of that resistance just sink into the gravity of the earth. Focus on your breath. Feeling the breath get slower and longer, heavier and deeper. Try to feel your heartbeat. Focus on something that makes you feel good. Something to celebrate. Feelings of accomplishment. And just keep focusing on those good feeling thoughts and breathing. And when you're ready, just start making small movements. Moving the head, wiggling fingers and toes, blinking your eyes, bringing the knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice hug. Tell yourself something nice. And then come to your right side. Using your left hand to press you into seated position when you're ready. And we're just going to squeeze the shoulder blades. Squeeze your shoulder blades behind you. Squeeze and open. Squeeze behind you and open. Your hands can be onto your legs or take your arms out in front of you. Squeeze and open. If you do have your arms out, try to do big range of motions with the arm, focusing on opening and closing the shoulder blades, but still rounding. We're rounding through the back. Feels good. Good, keep going. And try to have those palms facing up. We're gonna go just a few more, and then we're gonna end with those palms facing up and soak up all of the goodness. All right, and then when you're ready, arms stay open, palms face up, chin and corners of your mouth lift. Just take a moment here, soaking up all of the goodness of the world, of the sun, the warmth of the sun. The deepness of the breath. The perfect balance of gravity and the solar system. And on your next inhalation, inhale the arms up so the palms can touch. Exhale into your heart center. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. Thank you guys.